Yeah, if you think about it, like, I honestly go back and watch like montages or compilations or whatever they call it, highlights, I guess, of Muhammad Ali fights. It's like most of the stuff is him just slipping punches. Like he just had his arms down and just moved, and people just couldn't hit him. It's like he won by almost not fighting.
Fire!
Oh, not like this. Oh, that's death. Oh, it should have been death. Oh, he's actually crazy. I could have died like 3 times. Okay, there you go.
Jesus.
You're playing too crazy, or too complex for yourself, bro. You could have killed me with the fair. You could have killed me with the bomb. You had the boomerang come back. You could have hit me with that into an up B. It's like, oh man, I'm lucky to be alive. I can also say one of the things too, with Link, although he has, or since he has so much complex stuff, it can be very desired to play very complex with him when you don't actually have to do that much, right? So when it comes to actually getting your kills, you might want to try and slow yourself down a little bit, because I noticed, like I said before, I could have died like 3 different ways, but you were trying to do 3 different kill setups at the same time, right? So I escaped everything because you weren't in position to capitalize on any of them, right? So it's good that you know of these different setups, and it's good that you're even able to perform them. But it's more so when there's this many things going on, you can just get yourself out of position, and I'm escaping stuff because you're busy pressing other buttons, right? Good recovery. Oh jeez. Oh, I'm still alive. Okay. For now. Good stuff. Oh, still living. Yeah, I was gonna say there at the edge, at the edge there too. You could have, rather than pressing forward with a nair, you could have just naired in place, or you could have just done a forward tilt as soon as I got up, and I would have died.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna play some Link too, actually.
Damn it.
You gotta be careful of that boomerang on shield. Just because the boomerang into fair is a true combo, right? So whether or not I hit you or not, the only way it's true is if I buffer the fair. So I'm gonna be going for it pretty much every single time. I say one of the things too is when I'm on the offensive, I'm spending a lot more time at mid and longer range away from you. I'm really only hitting you with stuff when you're pressuring me. So I'm using my sword more so to get you away from me rather than to try and get in. Right? Okay. So sure. Like when I'm landing like fair, for example, I'm throwing boomerang first, so boomerang is kind of paving the way for me. Or from like landing anything off of my bomb, obviously the bomb is there first, right?
Sure.
If I tried to play, I don't know, like you're not using your stuff, like you're obviously using your whole kit, but there's been a couple times where
I could be using it more efficiently.
Using it more efficiently, or using your sword a bit less, if that makes sense. And that could also translate to just spam, but also please don't. But like, unless you're up close and you have like a string that you can go for, you don't really need to be super close, right? So like right there, for example, I was hitting your shield, so instead of trying to press the issue even more, I pulled my bomb and just jumped away, see if I could set something else up, right? Oh no, not like this. I think I'm dead. Oh, I made it. Oh no. You could have killed me right there. If you actually did your up B reverse, since I already did it and I was above you, I would have missed, and you would have just killed me. Like right there, so for example, I went for the F smash, you didn't roll in, so instead of me like trying to go up to you and go for a grab or something like that, because I wouldn't get a ton out of it, I backed off instead, gave you some space, but then I was shooting those arrows and I got like 3 arrows on you, right? And of course, yeah, you're at like kill percent, so I could go for a kill, but it's more so the idea of just playing safe with this character, because unless you're Razy and you're actually doing like insane like Z drop combos and stuff like that, this character plays very safe, and the style that comes along with this character is more so in the simple setups, especially at higher level play. When you see crazy shit happening, it's honestly more so when a really high level player is playing someone who's not that familiar with the matchup or the character in general. So they're just falling for stuff, right? But like if you watch like a Link player like Orange, for example, or even T, they don't do a ton of really crazy stuff at top level because it doesn't work, right? Because top players don't fall for that kind of stuff, or like it's the stars have to align for them to actually get any of the stuff they're trying to get. So they play very patient, very safe, a lot of zoning, obviously, but like they don't go for anything too outrageous. They catch. Right there, you definitely could have gone for a grab right there, because you had the boomerang coming back, you had the bomb thrown up. So if I tried to do anything to hit you, I would have got hit by one of the two. Oh, the tech chasing.
That was a nice read.
That was actually craziness. And I say that because that's the only way that Falco can kill. I have to get like 5 reads in a row. But is it worth it? No, because you want to know the secret as to how you can win this matchup very easily? And I mean like very, very easily. You only need 2 moves. And it makes you want to cry. All you need is Boomerang and Nair. That's it. And then, once I'm off stage, after that, all you need is Bomb. And you don't even need to jump out with Nair, don't need to take over for fair, forward tilt, anything. You don't, and with Bomb, literally just throw it at me and detonate it immediately, and I just die. It's really sad. So the thing is too, like even right now, like how you approach, you didn't have to do that. You can just stay back with Boomerang, and if I just reflect Boomerang, you can shield immediately. And eventually, if you're getting a % lead, I have to approach, in which case then you can just up B out of shield, or Nair out of shield, hit me away, and then just pretty much camp the entire time. And it's pretty boring, but you do win. And now I'm dead. Okay. Oh, okay. Like I said before, this is all fine. Am I dead? Is he dead? Oh, you gotta hit those up Bs, I'm telling you. I might die here anyways, but still. So that whole time you could have just pulled a bomb, waited for me, then just threw it at me, I'd flinch, then you just detonate it, and I'm dead. Got him. Ooh. Is he dead? Got him. That was close at the end.
It was.
I can honestly say the main thing, like I said before, is you're approaching way too much. If we're going to boil it down to what's happening, for the most part, it's really that you're approaching way too much. And okay. I can honestly say, like, way back when we first started coaching, I would go out of my way to interact as much as I possibly could with you. So I wasn't going to camp you or run away or do anything like that, because like you don't learn anything from getting camped, right? However, being able to play safely when you have to, I don't care if you camp me. I'm not camping you because I want you to be able to get your combos and do stuff out of shield and get out of disadvantage and get more reps of that. If I'm winning, like let's say for example if I was winning right now, I just did nothing, I'm going to have to force you to approach all the time. And the reason why I didn't want to do that, because let's say, for example, we never learned how to interact, and I just camped you from the beginning. If you get up close to me while I'm camping you, let's say you make a mistake, and now you're screwed because you've never actually learned how to interact, because all I ever did was camp, right? So I want to get that kind of stuff out of the way first. So it's like, all right, you do know how to do stuff out of shield. You do know how to mix up your disadvantage. You do know how to get off the ledge and all that kind of stuff. But now it's time for you to sit back and make me work to get to you. Because for a long time, I haven't really made you work to get to me. Because I just come and fight you no matter what, right? They're like, oh, I'm winning. I'm up by 2 stocks. I'm up by 1 stock. I have a 100% lead. Doesn't matter. I'm still going to approach. But now, what I want you to do is force me to approach you, right?
Okay.
And by doing that, that's the thing, is like, you don't want to just be like, oh, you're like, right now you're even winning, right? Not by much, but there's no reason for you to just run up and dash attack me, right? Or throw a boomerang and then go for a fair, or throw a boomerang and then go for a grab. Like, none of that matters. Just keep throwing boomerangs until I do something that is like actually getting close to you. And when I do get close to you, that's when you up B out of shield. That's when you go for your grab. That's when you go for your up smash out of shield, your nair out of shield, just to get me off of you and keep on resetting the situation. Because in competitive play, for the majority of the match, you should be at least this far away from me, right? You should really only be going for combos and crazy stuff when I've overextended, and you can now capitalize on me being so close to you, right?
Sure.
So for the most part, you don't really want to be, like, let's say for example, just running up and then going for like landing nair into down tilt or landing nair into grab. It's like, well, if we're in footsies and I overextend with like a grab and I miss, then you can go for it. But besides that, very, very one-dimensional gameplay for the most part, as far as just racking up damage. And that's the thing too. If you rack up that damage like crazy with literally just boomerang, number one, all your moves are still fresh, right? And by the time I actually get near you to do anything at all, if I mess up once, I can just die, right? So if I'm at like 90 or 100, and all you've done is hit me away from you and use boomerang, if I miss one thing, forward tilt, I'm dead. Up B, I'm dead. Up smash, I'm dead, right? And you can be fairly untouched for the most part too, as far as damage put on yourself. But yeah, let's try it out. And go out of your way to keep your distance, right? Oops, messing up. Also at this range too, you don't want to use nearly as much bomb. And the reason why, you want to treat the bomb more like for ledge trapping. Just because it takes so long for you to pull it out. You don't really need to have it. At least not right now. But yeah, like once I'm off stage here, this is when you want to start pulling bombs like crazy. And you don't really want to even use your arrows either. Arrows are going to be mostly more for tech chasing, or like even that situation. That was pretty much perfect. I luckily made that back, but if that was a strong nair, I would have died. Like even right here, you want to get away from me. Right? You don't want to deal with any of this. Like
I'm not trying.
No, I know, but it's like trying to do like a down air to shield or not out of shield. Down air at a disadvantage or nair at a disadvantage in that situation. It's like you're better off running away, trying to set up, and going for boomerang or arrow or getting me to come to you, right? Because like even after all that, I'm still losing. Right there would have been an up B, I would have died. There you go. So like right now, like I said before too, there's no reason to jump towards me or anything. Like even with like as much as you just approached right there, don't have to do that. Nothing bad happened, but I could have taken advantage of it, right? Oops.
Yikes. That was a great turnaround back.
Thanks. Uh-oh. I didn't mean to do that fast fall. I got lucky there. So yeah, you hit me away with a nair. And that should be first thought. Like I know you hit me with a nair, and you want to follow up, and you dash forward, but then you caught yourself and you threw out the boomerang. If you just threw out the boomerang, you might have taken my jump away, and then you would have had a juggle situation, right? It's up B, up smash, there you go. Good dash there. Oh my god, I'm just dead. I thought I had decent DI, but I guess I was just late.
I guess that one was definitely a little expected.
Yeah. Well, hey, I hope that game felt different.
It did. I felt like I was having to concentrate.
And the thing is, like, when we were playing, you may have noticed too, like I said, a lot less bomb, right? A lot less interacting on purpose, right?
Honestly, it almost feels dirty.
But that's the thing, like when you're playing with this character, it's like you want to get that lead to where I'm coming to you, because the thing is, although Falco's not very fast, Link is even slower, right? So if you're chasing me around, you're gonna lose, right? If you're trying to come in and like do landing nair, down tilt into combos, like nair into grabs and stuff like that, and I just run away from you and do pretty much what you're supposed to be doing to me, then you're gonna lose, and that's bad, obviously. And that's the thing too. The more patient and reactionary you play, your character honestly becomes faster because you're throwing out way less moves, right? You're working on mostly movement rather than, oh, I'm gonna throw out 15 nairs or a bunch of forward tilts or back airs or whatever. I'm not saying that's what you do, but a lot of players will do that with any character. If you look at top level play, they spend way more time moving than actually pressing attacks, right? Oh, not like this. You could even compare it to like UFC or boxing. Boxing's probably even better, where a lot of the things that they're doing, it looks like they're kind of just standing and walking in a circle, and then all of a sudden, one guy's just dead, or like on the ground, right? It's like they could spend an entire 3 minutes straight, and they only throw like six or seven punches in 3 minutes.
Oh no!
Ugh, not like this. But you get what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
Because it's like, you don't need to throw out 30 punches. Like I think that's what it was called, like rope-a-dope pretty much, is like getting someone to punch themselves out or like get themselves to be tired, because all they do is just throw. It's like, well, you don't want to be that person. If it claims to be true in boxing or fighting in general, there's no reason why it wouldn't be in this. It's like someone who just throws out only smash attacks. It's like, if you do that, all I'm going to do is just shield and punish you out of shield, right? Or punish your end leg. It's like, yeah, you're throwing out way more smash attacks, but it's like, it means nothing if they all miss. Or if they get you punished as well. It's like throwing only haymakers and uppercuts in boxing. You can't do that and win,
Right.
you know?
Too slow.
Yeah, too slow, too committal, they leave you wide open. And it's like, if anything, like some of the best boxers in the world, like Muhammad Ali, flow like a butterfly, sting like a bee, same thing. He mostly made his money and his fame from his movement, right? Yeah, if you think about it, like, I honestly go back and watch like montages or compilations or whatever they call it, highlights, I guess, of Muhammad Ali fights. It's like most of the stuff is him just slipping punches. Like, he just had his arms down and just moved, and people just couldn't hit him. It's like he won by almost not fighting. Stuff. I was gonna say at the end there, when you're throwing out that many forward tilts, it's not necessarily bad because it did work eventually, but also,
but it's not safe.
The thing is, for me, whether or not it's safe, it's more so the fact that every time you throw out a forward tilt, I know you're gonna do a forward tilt. So it's like, okay, if I just jump, I can get over this, right?
Yeah.
Or if I just shield, I can punish it. So if you throw out, let's say, one forward tilt, but you're using your movement, you're going empty hops, you're dashing back and forth, or even just walking, it's like, you could up smash, you could shield, you could nair, you could fair, or you could forward tilt, because you're not doing anything, right?
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, it's one of those things you definitely want to. The more you, more experience you get with the game, spend more time playing with the control stick side of the controller rather than the button side, if that makes sense. Or whatever, well, plus your jump as well, right?
Yeah.
Speaking of which. Like right there, for example, I'm waiting for that boomerang to come out, and then I'm rolling forwards and hitting with the forward tilt because there's still an end lag, right? And I can roll through the boomerang. But if I just do something first, or I just panic, then the boomerang's going to hit me, right? So it's like a small interaction like that where, oh, I'm super dead, where I'm literally just waiting. And that's one thing you got to just do too as well. Just take your time, use your movement, because like I said, you don't need a ton of hits, right?
I think this is the most kills I've gotten in a session with you. So I guess progress.
Definitely, and that's one of those things too. Is like I'm actively telling you how to play better and how to beat me, right? So you should be getting more kills. You should be getting these setups more often, whatever it might be, right? So, of course, that's the hope, at least. If you were constantly getting 3-stocked, it's like, all right, there's no progress being done for a couple of reasons in that case. It's either I'm a bad coach or you're not listening, right? Or both.
Right.
But if you're getting more and more, it's like, all right, something good is happening, clearly. People get people to send me sets. I'm not going to do full sets. I'll just do games, because full sets, you can really tell a lot about someone's playstyle within one game. You don't really need, like, even when I coach people for the first time as like an assessment, I don't have to play them 6 times to be like, so I think this is what's going on. It's like in one game, I just know.
Right. And yeah, you have the experience to do that. I wish I could do that, because I feel like that would also help me be a better player.
Definitely. It's a huge asset as well, because it's like, at least for me, if I fight someone like I'm gonna coach them, it makes it easier because I have to pay attention to everything that they're doing.
Right.
Versus just playing for the sake of playing, which obviously I like to do too, because the game's supposed to also just be fun, and sometimes you don't want to think super hard. I spend most of my brain cells coaching, and then I play friendlies or I go to somebody's stream and I play like an idiot because I'm just burnt out from doing hands-on focusing coaching for 4 hours, and then I go to play somebody's stream and then they tell me I'm bad. It's like, all right, this is fine. Yeah, it's no big deal.
Yeah. Later on then.
All right.
Have a good night.
Yeah, you too, man. Have a good night.